Welcome to the City Current Show, powered by Hagen-Botham Insurance and Financial Services.
This show focuses on sharing good news and powering the good in our community. Now here's your host, Andrew Bartolotta.
Welcome back to the City Current Show, where we bring you inspiring stories of individuals and organizations making an impact, empowering the good in our community and around the globe. I'm your host, Andrew Bartolotta, and today we're honored to have Debbie Abrams-Cohen, the State Director for the Tennessee Child Support Employment and Parenting Program, also known as TCSEPP, here to discuss this innovative program designed to help parents overcome barriers to stable employment and parenting. TCSEPP, a program within the University of Tennessee's College of Social Work's Office of Research and Public Service, also known as SWRPS, is transforming the lives of parents and their children across the state of Tennessee. Debbie, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. Can you start off by talking about the overview of the TCSEPP program and its mission?
The TCSEPP started in 2004 as a 17-month federal demonstration grant. That was 20 years ago. It's the whole idea is to help parents who are ordered to pay child support, help them overcome barriers, get stable employment, get stable housing, just get stable and self-sufficient, and also be as involved a parent as they're able to be in their children's lives.
That is so needed, especially when you have parents that are ordered to pay child support and want to be part of being a productive parent, a productive adult. So to have someone that can walk alongside you to help is incredible. What are some of the common barriers you would say participants in the TCSEPP program face?
Ooh, so many. When folks come to us, there's a whole host. I mean, we can get something as simple, I don't want to say it as simple, but as simple as they don't have an ID or they don't have a social security card or birth certificate, which are pretty basic needs you have to get a job. We also get a lot of folks who who have some housing insecurity, food insecurity, have mental health, physical health issues, substance abuse issues. Transportation is probably the number one barrier that everyone faces. Either they don't have a vehicle to get where they need to go. Not everyone in Tennessee has access to public transportation. So the only very few cities that we're finding in Tennessee have public transportation, as well as so transportation is a big one. Criminal record is also another big barrier we find. Folks who have things on their record from when they've made mistakes in their life. So I like how you said that we do walk beside them. We really do try and help them figure it out. So many of our folks come to us and they're just so overwhelmed. They have, for what we look at is we go, oh, that's simple. We just need to do X, whatever it is. They come to us and they're so overwhelmed. They're going to child support court and facing jail time, facing losing their driver's license, facing bad credit, facing whatever they're facing. And then they come to us and they're like, oh, I don't even know where to start. I'm just told I'm supposed to go get a job. I don't have stable housing. I don't have transportation. So we do try and help them break it down and figure out what's the first step. What can we do immediately that will really help somebody today? And then make a plan and keep on going.
Just to have someone, an organization to say, we're here to help you and here to provide connections for resources is so fantastic. Can you discuss the primary funding sources for TCSEPP and your partnership with DHS Child Support?
Sure, that is our primary funder. So DHS, the Department of Human Services Child Support, has really made it a focus to really help these parents. And it's not going to help them. It's not going to help the children they're trying to serve if they just have to keep putting these parents in jail over and over, because then they're really not going to get any child support. So they have contracted with us at the University of Tennessee to provide this service to really help parents from falling off that cliff, right? Like, it's not just about go get a job. You can go get a job, but can you really afford to keep that job? Can you afford to get to that job? Can you afford to then, do you have a place to have a visit with your children if you're allowed to have a visit with your children? So DHS has been such a great partner in that, where they really put that value of the parent and that as a human being. That's really been a value and a priority for them, which has made it a priority for us too.
I can imagine. What a great partnership there. Talk about some of your primary community partners, because I imagine with so many different areas, from transportation, mental illness, like we were talking about, to even just getting an ID, how do they contribute to the success of the program, and shout some of them out that you love working with?
Awesome. I love that. So, obviously child support is going to be our primary partner. We attend court, we go to child support court, we partner with the judges, the magistrates, whatever it's called in that area, the child support offices, the caseworkers, the attorneys, anybody from the office, can make referrals. They talk to us. It's frustrating for the child support workers when they are getting phone call after phone call of people who are trying desperately to pay their child support but can't do it for whatever reason. And their job is to say, but you have to pay. This is the order that's been put in court. You have to pay. So we can be a resource to them, which means that they say, oh my gosh, now go talk to TCSEPP. They're going to help you. So that's been a primary, major partner for us. And then we meet with we call them participants, meet with the participants, the parents out in the field. We meet with them at the American Job Centers, is probably big partner. American Job Centers, if you don't know what they are, have great resources. Some are, depending on where you are, some are smaller than or bigger than others, smaller than others, have a great resource to be able to access job prep, job search, anything related to trying to find a job, as well as any other, as we're going across the state. We had been so primarily in East Tennessee for a while. So we have so many partners in East Tennessee, and we are learning the ones in Middle and West Tennessee. Department of Corrections has been a great partner at their day reporting centers and community resource centers. Oh my gosh, so many, and now I'm blanking on them. Mental health centers, halfway houses. So many of those halfway houses, folks are trying to get back into society and do something good with their lives. And then they come out of prison, or they come out of wherever they've been, and they need help. They need a lot of support. So the halfway houses provide the support they do. We provide support along the child support arena, and really try and help those folks get back on their feet. So let's see, mental health, physical health, substance abuse areas. There's so many, we obviously, because of just trying to find resources for folks, it'll be whatever that person needs. I always say that we play detective, that we try and find whatever partner we're going to need to help that parent. And if it means we just Google and find somebody that we need to talk to, and we call them up and say, hey, what about this? We belong to multiple coalitions. There's the Tennessee Reentry Collaborative. It's a coalition. There's a few of them throughout the state. And it's really a coalition of people trying to help people as they reenter society. So that's been a great partnership as well.
Each participant, each parent is so unique, and to be able to fit their needs, mold to their needs, to be successful and be able to pay that child support and thrive in their work and their life is so important. So to be able to mold with each case. Think about a success story or two that illustrates the impact of TCSEPP on participants' lives.
Ooh, I love this part. I love talking about the successes. And there's so many. So, and I think of a success isn't always just they got a job and they started paying their child support. And a success can range from so many, something, again, go back to the simple thing, right? I can think of a gentleman who was one of the long haul truck drivers, can't think of the right term. And he got sick or hurt. I can't remember exactly. Lost time working for a while, which meant he wasn't getting paid, which meant he didn't pay his child support, which meant he lost his driver's license, because child support can put a hold on the driver's license if you're not paying. Well, then he couldn't get back to work once he got better until he had that driver's license. And we were able to do that for him. We paid for him to go get the physical he needed from the Department of Transportation, helped him with the reinstatement fee to get back to get his driver's license. And lo and behold, he started working and paying his child support again. Like, if everything was that simple, it'd be awesome, but it's not. So there was a gentleman we had in a very, very rural area, and he was homeless. Just bouncing from one friend to another. But his father had some land that this gentleman started camping on. And we worked with some partner agencies in that area where I think we bought him the shed. We had a partner agency provide insulation, got it. It had water on the land. So we got it plumbed for the water and got it, got some electricity to it. And it wasn't big, but it was his own. And he was out of the elements and he had a place to stay every day without having to ask somebody else, can I stay on your couch? Which is really hard to do. So that to me was a success that we got him housed and stable so that he could focus on trying to find a job. And he had a place to have visits with his kid if he needed to. We had a gentleman, this was another gentleman. He was homeless. He was living in his car. So he had a car. And one of the things we do, of course, we assess what barriers somebody is facing, but we also assess what strengths they have. So like the gentleman who got the shed, he had a relationship with his father. He could live on the property. That was great. Not everyone has that. Another gentleman came to us. He was living in his car, which meant he had a car. Not everyone has that. He had a good relationship with the child's mom, his ex. She allowed him to park the car in her driveway and run an extension cord. So he at least that was a pretty big positive, but it's not great. He also had a relationship enough with her that she allowed visits, but he didn't really have a place to visit with their child. So we started out really simple with him and got some gift certificates, or at the time it was gift cards to, fast food restaurants. So he'd have a place to go take the kid, go out to lunch, maybe to the play area during the, bad weather, talk to him about ideas to go to the park during good weather, just kind of helping him focus on that while at the same time trying to work on the housing situation. He had some disabilities. We were able to get him into some public housing for people with disabilities. So it was really appropriate for him. He was able to start having visits with his child. He was able to start receiving Social Security disability, which meant he had an income and able to take care of himself and also provide for his child from then on. So those kinds of stories are amazing to me. I was trying to think, I can think of so many. There's so many.
Just when you're talking about those success stories, I think about how defeating some of those situations can be for those men in particular, and those examples, and how you want to be a role model for your children. So to not have a place to bring your child, or even the funds to bring your child to a restaurant and spend time with them, or a place to spend time with them, for you all to provide that for them, and then to allow and provide them opportunities to then get on the right path for child support and get back to where they can fully function and have all of that weight, at least most of it, lifted off their shoulders so they can excel, is fantastic. For those listening right now that may say, that's me, I feel like I'm in this boat, or I know someone, or my son or my uncle, my cousin, how can parents know if they qualify?
Oh, great question. So we have some eligibility, checklists we have to go through. Somebody has to be ordered to pay child support within one of our covered counties, which is getting bigger and bigger. Trying to think if I can count off the top of my head, 34 counties currently in Tennessee. So as long as they have a child support order in one of those counties and live in an area where we can meet with them and serve them. That's the biggest criteria. They also have to be able and willing to work. They may not be at that moment exactly ready. They may have to deal with transportation or housing or get some other services, but at least they're able and willing that we can help them. There's a couple other things we look at, but mostly those are the big ones. And if somebody wanted to reach out to us, they can call us. We have to Knoxville. It's an East Tennessee number, 865-946-2020, and they can call and find out if they are eligible. We have an email address also, tsep@utk.edu, which is TCSEPP@utk.edu.
Awesome. Lastly, what puts a smile on your face when you look at the work that you're able to do to help provide opportunities for re-engagement of children with their parents, and provide opportunities for those parents and participants to excel and reach a point where they feel confident in their lives?
What puts a smile on my face is all of the people I can think of that have been helped, that have said to me over the years, or said to one of my colleagues over the years, I can't believe child support has helped. I can't believe there's actually somebody there who's helping me. Nobody ever listens to me. And that's amazing to me because they're human beings. They're all human beings and they're parents. And we should be supporting each other. As a parent, I want to support other parents.
Great answer. Great answer. Lastly, one more time, where can people go to call you for your services or reach out and learn more?
Our phone number is 865-946-2020. They can email us at TCSEPP@utk.edu.
Well, Debbie, your work with TCSEPP is truly inspiring, and it's clear that the program is making a meaningful difference in the lives of parents and their children throughout Tennessee. Thank you for sharing your insights and impactful stories of TCSEPP with us today. Thanks for powering the good in our community and around the globe.
Thank you so much for having me.